What goes on, guys? We're back again with yet another Zach Toys review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Diamond Select Toys Invincible series Mauler Twin and Rex Splode, the King Rex Splode. Now, obviously, I had to go a little two for action. You can't have just one Mauler Twin. I do want to pick up more duplicates. I would like to have 3 of them. I already have one. $25. I just need to suck it up and do it. But this line has been very hit or miss. The figures are either gorgeous and awesome or dog shit. I would love for them to come back and redo Omni-Man and Invincible, because after that first wave, I think they definitely improved. Not great, but I just want good Invincible figures, man. And maybe we'll get there one day. But for now, these are all we got, and I don't think they're terrible. I think people are a little hard on these. They're not great by any means, but they're Diamond Select toys, and we should know that by now. But unfortunately, this may be the last time I do a Diamond Select Invincible series figure review. I really doubt they're going to make any more, which is unfortunate that we at least didn't finish. Like, another wave with Black Samson and Black Samson and why I just had his name in my head. Oh my god, that's gonna annoy the shit out of me. But and the Immortal. I don't know what the hell I was doing there, but another wave with them in there would have been really nice, but unfortunately I don't think that's gonna happen, because that would have rounded out like at least the original team. Obviously I would love like a Battle Beast and a Stone and a Cecil. I would love a Cecil, but unfortunately I just don't think any of that's going to happen. So let's enjoy what we got here and go ahead and crack these guys open. Okay, so getting these figures out of the packaging. I would have recorded this last night. I mean, it doesn't really matter to you guys because I don't really know when I'm going to post this, but I needed to put these figures down because I was getting so frustrated. And if you're getting frustrated by toys, you're doing too much. So I was like, no, I need a minute from these. And we'll revisit them today and record the review, because I like them, but they're also very frustrating. Very frustrating. One more than the other. And we'll talk about it. So let's get the bad out of the way, and I'm gonna say that Rex is definitely worse, which is unfortunate because I definitely like him more as a character, but I have a lot of problems with this figure. Some of you out there are probably like, well, no shit, it's a Diamond Select Invincible figure, they suck. Yeah, I know, but I want Invincible figures, and I don't think it looks terrible. The look is not the problem. It's kind of everything else. So let's go ahead and jump into it. He does look really good, and that's what we'll focus on for right now. I think the aesthetic is there. For me, I think they definitely improved from the first wave, both in the head sculpts and the body sculpts. The paint is pretty clean on this guy. Sometimes Diamond Select is pretty shoddy, but I'd say this is pretty clean. Speaking of paint, sorry if you see paint on my hands. It's like stuck on there right now. I just finished a custom. Stay tuned. I mean, I have so many customs right now. I don't even it'd be like an hour-long video, but yeah, this is pretty clean for the most part. I like the way he looks. What I don't like is the practicality of this figure. If you look at the belt, it's got that foggy residue from the glue, but that's because I had to glue these several times. Not once, several times. So let's jump into this. For accessories, he comes with more hands than you need. I'm gonna be honest with you. More hands than you need. You get these like step back, Rex. You get these clenchy hands, which are fine. That's fine. You get a pair of gripping hands for nothing intended to be held, and I'll talk about that because there's nothing in the box for him to intentionally hold, but we can talk about that. You get like a post throwing hand. I like that. It's fine. And then you get like a salute karate chop hand. I could have done without these. I don't think he needed these. Honestly, sub out this pair of hands, the flat pair of hands, and maybe the clenchy hands, and then leave the fists, the throwing ones, and the grip hands, and give us a holding one of these. Now, the reason I say he doesn't technically come with anything to hold is these, as you'll see in a second, come off very easily. So theoretically, you could just pull them off and have him hold one if that's what you want to do. But it is what it is. So I don't know. That's up to you guys. But we'll get to that more in a second. In terms of heads, he comes with 2 alternate heads. He gets a smiling head and a kind of grinning head. The unmasked head's okay. I don't think it looks terrible, but I also don't think it really looks like Rex. I do like the masked heads, but instead of a smiling one here, put the smiling one on the unmasked head. Like, put this expression on here and make this an angry face. I definitely think that would have been better. But unfortunately, that's not what they did. But they do have these really good looking effects here that were a bitch to get on the arms the first time. I had to lube them up, twist them on. But you get these awesome powered up arms. So this one has one of like the coin things, I guess, like the coin holders in his arm with like him powering it up. That fade to the yellow of the suit looks great. I like that a lot. Just a swivel here at the forearm, you know, with your elbow and the bicep swivel. But I like that a lot. I think that looks great. This side was so hard to get into the arm. I mean, even now, it's still tight. This one's tight, but this one's loose. Make that make sense. Shouldn't these be the same exact mold? I don't understand it. But for me, these are going on, and they're just going to stay on. They're just going to stay on because I don't want to risk breaking that peg. Because I'm going to be honest, if I break this, I don't think I'm getting another one, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to just return it and cut my losses. Sorry, Amazon. But, yeah. I think he looks pretty good just standing there. Now let's get into... okay, real quick. Swapping the heads of this, and maybe this was just mine, but holy shit, I have never, ever had this hard a time swapping heads. I had to heat the shit out of both of these heads and then still push with the strength of 1,000 gods or something. It was crazy. I had to use like 10% of my power, and I never have to do that. But holy shit, swapping these out was horrible. So this is on there. I took my pictures, and I'm never swapping that head again. Holy crap, that was horrible. But taking a look at the articulation, the head will go up, down, pivot side to side, and rotate. It's fine. It's like kind of Marvel Legends-esque. Head goes, or shoulder goes around, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, and this is the same range as the other one, and then just a swivel here, but the other arms have a swivel hinge at the wrist for all the hands, so that's fine. Diaphragm joint is pretty much useless. I mean, it'll just rotate here and then pivot ever so slightly. Honestly, if you're going to do it that shittily, just leave it at the waist twist that you also get. So, I don't know, whatever. Now, the legs, comfortably, you can get them to about there. I think they can go a little bit more, but then all of these start to become loose immediately. Before I feel like it's going to break, gets to about there, which is kind of all the way, but I put a lot of glue on there. You can see, like, they are going to come off immediately. Terrible design, terrible design. Make these softer. That pissed me off a lot. Thigh swivel, which is maybe the ugliest thigh swivel I've ever seen. He's got very ovular thighs. Honestly, don't even put it in there or put it up higher. I don't get it. Single jointed knee. Look, see? Just came off. Like, unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Single jointed knee, and then the ankle goes down and up and rotate here like a pivot. So, see, I like, it's annoying. And you saw, I know everybody's always like, oh, you broke another toy. I'm being careful here. It just comes out. And I actually think I already glued that one. So, yeah. I'm going to glue that back on. I'll pose it at the end of the video. And then that's it for this guy. He's going to get in a pose and he's going on the shelf. He is not a figure that you want to play with because he has 0 fun factor. Now let's take a look at one of the Mauler Twins. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do both figures because they're the same figure. But I had problems with this version of mine. This one, the waist piece, like the abdomen, just won't stay plugged together. I glued it, and it gets loose. You can hear it. And I had to put some glue in there, and then the glue like seeped out onto the leg. Luckily, if I pose it literally like that much, it goes away. That's an easy enough fix, but that pissed me off. I shouldn't have had to do that. Shouldn't have had to do that. So this one, I try not to touch too much. This one, honestly, in all honesty, this is a very big upgrade from Rex. Other than the QC on the other one, I like this figure a lot, actually. It's not great by any means, but I really like it. So, taking a look at the head sculpt, I actually think they nailed it. I threw the box away, but like they put that face on the box. I think they nailed it. I think that looks fantastic. Maybe one of the best head sculpts in the whole like the whole series. I think it's fantastic. The skin is a little glossy. I know a lot of people noticed that, myself included. Maybe just hit it with a dull coat or something. It'll help. It doesn't bother me too much, but it definitely is noticeable. I feel like I'm like super zoomed in. It is kind of noticeable, but now I'm like not focused. What is happening? I don't know. Whatever. We're just gonna roll with that. Yeah, that looks okay. But yeah, I think the paint is pretty clean. Black and white is always hard to do, but I love this color scheme for the Mauler twins, like black, white, and blue. I think that's like literally there's only 3 colors on this guy, and I actually think it's a great look, great design, very cool. Damn. But in terms of our accessories for the Mauler twins here, and again, they're going to come with the same thing. They'll come with an alternate head, an angry head. I think they nailed this too. Looks fantastic. Heads weren't too hard to swap out. He comes with a ton of hands. They'll come with a pair of these clenchy hands, a pair of these like flat saluting hands, kind of. They're kind of relaxed, but they're a little too like flat to be relaxed. They come with the fist hands, and then they come with a pair of grip hands that can help you hold this gun. Now, I'm leaving these on here, and I'm putting this in my accessory bin like this, because I don't really care for them to hold the gun. I like them just having fists, but the hands look good on there, and the gun itself is very nice. Really like the way that looks. Nice paint. Fine by that. You can pose it okay. Check my pictures on Instagram to see what that looks like. I did the best I could. So his articulation is as follows. The head does not move very much at all. I wish it could look up a little bit more. It's actually not terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible, actually. Shoulders go up, they go down, they rotate. Bicep swivel, but it doesn't really... yeah, you have to like really pull it out for it to be swivelly. Single jointed elbow that does not rotate, and then the wrist swivel and hinge. The torso is so much better than on Rex. What the hell happened on Rex? He's even bigger, but I mean, it's not fantastic, but definitely worth having. That is way... I was not expecting that. The hips are also pretty good on this guy. He'll kick forward pretty far back. Better thigh swivel because it's a little bit rounder, but I mean, you're really going to want to use that. I mean, like, that is just terrible. So, whatever. Single jointed knee. And then the ankles go down and up, both pretty far, and they'll pivot. So, yeah, he's far better than Rex. I mean, like, he's not a fantastic figure by any means, but he's definitely one of the better ones in the line, I would say. I would put him, like, mid to B, A tier in terms of this line, not in general. But, yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good, and he does what he needs to do. Here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzwares Fortnite Series 6-inch Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. And then finally, here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So you might be wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on these figures? And I gotta say, this was a frustrating one. Rex really, like, drained me. And again, I know it's, like, such a first world problem, and you know, it's like, really, dude, but like, fuck, Rex he looks good enough, so I don't completely hate the figure, but man, that figure is frustrating. At least mine was. And the Mauler twins are actually pretty solid, I will say. I mean, some of the joints are stiff, but they look good, and I'm happy to have two 2 new characters, 3 if you want to count the Mauler Twins being separate characters on the shelf. So I can't complain too much. But with that being said, at a price point of $29.99 each, I'm going to give the Mauler Twins a 7. I think that they're good enough for what they are, but definitely improve upon the articulation. But for Rex, he was so frustrating. I'll give him a 5. He's not completely awful. And those arms, those powered arms really save him. But man, I don't want to play with him anytime soon. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post on all those apps. And I have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You cop him? See you guys in the next one. Peace.
What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.